Roarshock.
Okay, thanks everybody for turning out for the matinee. Spoken World Online Week 61. And this is the United States of Deconstruction. When John Wilkes Booth assassinated John Lennon on April 14, 1865, his act sparked the largest manhunt in the history of the nation. Every domestic drone ever imagined filled the sky. Lennon was from Liverpool, but he had adopted New York City as his home and often remarked that Al Stewart, although a Scotsman, knew a great deal about American history. Superbly edited and annotated, this collection of the writings of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. constitutes a major new primary source that contributes to scholarship. A plethora of circumstances surrounded the assassination of President John F. Kennedy and provided fertile ground for conspiracy theorists, who noted that in Shotgun's production of Assassins, the character immediately recognized as the president concerns a mystery unsolved for 50 years, or longer, if one believed the assertions of Nostradamus. President Abraham Lincoln, who had depression, joined curiosity seekers visiting the Fort Worth, Texas grave of Lee Harvey Oswald, where many wondered about the other simple headstone next door. Ronald Reagan, 16th President of the USA, lived to recreate the lost world of an icon. Benjamin Franklin, Governor of Pennsylvania, and the body of Mark David Chapman and the body of John Brown, encouraging mass action outside of this subreddit, which will lead to the deletion of your letter from Lee Harvey Oswald to James Earl Ray, dated November 22nd, 1963, with Robert Anton Wilson's tax returns, along with other sensitive JFK assassination documents. This produced top-secret microfilm from a pumpkin. The complicated medical history of R. Buckminster Fuller still exists, a pull on medical sleuths 50 years after the former president's death, an insistence on fighting the Cold War and finding James A. Garfield's military, public, and private research contained by NASA at Gene Roddenberry Space Center. Buzz Aldrin, according to KGB reports, asked the FBI to investigate SNL, to find studio links with LSD so he would go on a trip. Lunar ice might have changed the creator of Star Trek, the great bird of the galaxy, and CIA mind-control doctor and LSD dealer Timothy Leary, and President Richard Tricky Dick Nixon, mafia attorney at law, always working on projects that required ever faster supercomputers. An unwritten conspiracy of new trailers for upcoming films assembled on the internet showed how William McKinley's season ended when Warren G. Harding used CIA agent William S. Burroughs, then stationed in Tangier, to halt the FBI investigation of wiretap circuits and communications gadgetry of today's Dick Tracy police. The top-secret Pentagon Papers, leaked and published on December 8, 1980, included undated letters from Andrew Jackson to George Bush, with envelopes that had been sent via black helicopter. Although a wealthy man, Gregory Corso devoted himself to public service as a Secret Service agent and NASA Roosevelt Space Center agent. He had biographical data about Neil Armstrong and President Timothy Leary, Doctor of Philosophy. Schedule I substances got a warm welcome to the USA by the CIA. The top-secret Pentagon Papers were leaked and published by Secret Service agents who posed for a few staged pictures back with LBJ in the White House. James Madison pointed out The old trick of turning every foreign policy advisor into Henry Kissinger, NSA, then Secretary of State. Lee Harvey Oswald narrated a digital audiobook download with audible audio of Robert Kennedy's older brother. In the novel, the CIA burglarized their enemies' psychiatry offices. Yes, this lemon was all the CIA's baby, and they had fallen into institutional love with an earlier statement regarding the JFK Library fire on the afternoon of July 3rd, 1776, saying that the method of assassination of the FBI and CIA included burglarizing enemies' psychiatry offices. Break-ins fueled by LBJ's insistence on fighting the Vietnam War and funding foreign policy advisor Henry Kissinger, NSA, then Secretary of State. Before long, Hunter S. Thompson strongly suggested to the Secret Service that White House security be tightened when Tricky Dick got elected for a second time on a promise to end the war in Iraq. 50 years later, a complicit media still covers up for the security state, and the need remains to reclaim history. The information provided on the JFK assassination and the real history of Jack Ruby proved invaluable and should be spread to find the location where John Wilkes Booth had done the shooting and left Lee Harvey Oswald, a 24-year-old former Marine, being transferred from police headquarters to the county jail. Freestyle series courtesy of the currently unsigned executive producer at the center of a large crowd of police. Executive producer John Wilkes Booth, assassin of Martin Luther King Jr., attended the services at Arlington National Cemetery and at the Lyndon B. Johnson School, where he was fully accredited by the Association of Schools and Colleges. Now, the only question about it, not having seen it yet, would be, was the FBI's Asia memoir an indispensable resource for perceiving the complexities of the manifest destiny of the nation? Indeed, as has been said, it turned the light on Abraham Lincoln, Grand Master, the community of snipers who assassinated Malcolm X, the 35th President of the United States, knew they were making history. What does it mean to have the body of Dan Brown? Cthulhu had the body of H.P. Lovecraft secreted in the John F. Kennedy Space Center. Very educational. See travel reviews, candid photos, and great deals. Cthulhu had the body of Robert E. Howard in the same location, dated March 23, 1923. On October 14, 1954, President Dewey ordered the CIA to assist with deep misgivings concerning the events of the 26th November 1963. According to unconfirmed reports, another explosion had been reported at the John F. Kennedy Presidential Library. The United States President, John F. Kennedy, murdered in Dallas, Texas, by Lee Harvey Oswald, according to 4 government investigations, which believed in coincidence, conspiracy, and community for fans of Abraham Lincoln. The episode would give FBI Director Oliver Stone the nickname Tricky Ollie. The men in black knew all secrets of the Kennedy assassination, being honor-bound to protect those secrets, despite the investigative reporting of Mark Twain and Ambrose Bierce. Had he not disappeared in Mexico, Bierce would have had much to reveal about the National Security Act of 1947 and the founding of the CIA and NSA. Thanks. That went on a bit long. Thanks.